some have come to a sad and difficult decision. Many watch enthusiasts are now giving up on Rolex. In this video, we will figure out why many watch aficionados are leaving the prestige brand and giving other brands a chance instead. Welcome to the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. Let me start by asking you a question. How much do you like your Rolex watch? Are you aware of your watch's reference number? Or are you able to explain the function to every part of your watch? Do you have an understanding of the history of the Rolex brand? If you are aware of those things, it's likely that you're a watch enthusiast. However, the majority of watch collectors who are relatively new to the hobby are unable to provide you with any information about the brand, which is both frightening and, to be honest, very disappointing. Now, the only thing these people do know is how much they paid for it and how much it is currently selling for. Yes, this reality too can be very disappointing. Rolex has always been associated with wealth, success, and prestige. The Rolex brand is too much of what we would be paying for a watch. In a similar vein, the market value of used Rolex watches is primarily determined by supply and demand, rather than by the watch's inherent superiority to rivals. Don't get us wrong though, Rolex produces some of the best watches in the world. They are durable, don't need a lot of upkeep, and have a good resale value if you get just the right model. However, Rolex watches are not any more comfortable, technologically interesting, or reliable than other brands that cost even less. And that is the result of decades of effective marketing. From Sir Edmund Hillary, who climbed Mount Everest for the first time, to Gertrude Adair, the first lady who swam the British Channel. These are just a few of the pioneering individuals that Rolex associated with. Rolex watches were given to heads of state around the world, and if a watch is good for the President of the United States, then maybe you can have it too, right? Nowadays, Rolex is a brand that has been significantly diluted. In this day and age, social media dictates whether something should be liked or not. We call it the flex culture, displaying themselves in front of private jets, cars, and watches when in reality, the majority of these people are in debt to the point of exhaustion. Because the perception of success is significantly higher than the actual achievement, there are so many people that overlook the nonsense that surrounds Rolex. Wearing a Rolex watch makes you look nouveau riche. It's okay if you don't know what nouveau riche is. The term nouveau riche refers to people who have immense wealth during their lifetime and spend money conspicuously. The nouveau riche is defined by the things they acquire, which are portrayed as belongings that wealthy people normally and effortlessly would have. The implication is that these people lack the taste to make good use of their wealth because they come from lower or middle-class families. As a result, old money sometimes sees this group as culturally inferior and lacking in sophistication and subtlety. If you're a newly rich guy who can now afford a Rolex, you might want to flex it to the world and say, "I made it." It's a good thing if you live in a place where you can flaunt your success however you want. However, there's no escaping it. A big flashy Rolex tells peers in your position that you are a man of taste and wealth, but it also tells the ruling class that you are not both. One reason that many watch aficionados are losing interest in the brand is due to its decreasing value. Watches provide a special connection to people, and to us, a watch is more than its parts. It has a heart. You should buy watches and be simply contented with the purpose they serve to you as the wearer. Now, some videos on YouTube are obsessively talking about how Rolex watches are either going up or down. Nothing is wrong with that for sure. However, these channels assume that Rolexes are nothing but just pure money. We are all aware of the current economic downturn. If you look closely, only a few people are purchasing luxury items as a result of rising prices and costs. Prices of luxury goods are falling as a result of the unstable economy. Some of these luxury channels make people think that these luxury goods, Rolex watches for example, are just here to sell. And we are not about that. ADs or authorized dealers are also one of the routes that push potential buyers from investing a Rolex watch. Anyone who finds a Rolex they like online and decides to buy it from a local authorized Rolex dealer will find that they don't seem to have many watches in their window or in stock. The reality is that no one will be able to immediately purchase the Rolex they want from a store. This is where things start to get a little tricky. It's common knowledge that authorized dealers are a nuisance. When trying to buy a Rolex from an AD, you can expect to hear this common exchange right in the store. You can buy this model soon, but in order to buy that, you have to buy some of these watches that no one else wants. Therefore, in order to acquire the model you want, you must purchase other Rolex models that are possibly not to your liking. It's like trying to find your favorite soda in a store only to be told, "Sorry sir, that shelf is empty. If you don't buy 4 of these sodas first, you can't have that soda you like. After that, you can put yourself on the waiting list." Terrible and unethical strategies are used by authorized dealers to profit from watch enthusiasts. They are aware that we will do almost anything to obtain our desired Rolex watch. Since Rolex doesn't make enough watches, this allows the second-hand market to take advantage of the supply problem. Most especially now that the economy is contracting, costs for everything are expanding. You're surely going to meet unethical, horrible opportunists along the way, knowing they can make good cash on your Rolex. Nothing says, "I'm wealthy, rob me," with quite as much clarity as wearing a Rolex watch. The watch's seduction for gangs and robbers is evidence of the brand's influence. Gangs are also becoming more rampant, aiming to steal that Rolex watch on your wrist. Therefore, those fortunate individuals who own a Rolex watch have to be extra careful when wearing them. Chiang He, who was originally from Taiwan, was visiting his fiancée when he was robbed by 3 men. The 3 men then sliced off his hand to take his Rolex, a gold ring, and some cash. Mr. Hu was rushed to the emergency room later than he should have been because the police needed to file a report first. It didn't really matter because the hand appeared to have been so damaged that reattaching it would have been pointless. The man has stated that he will never return to mainland China as a result of the incident. Mr. Hu's boycott won't cause a lot of trouble for the Republic of China, as you would expect from a government that prioritizes police paperwork over medical care for a man with a severed hand. Mr. Hu had made his decision, and he had learned his lesson the handful way. You ought to too. Rolex watches can be dangerous. Violent Rolex robberies are commonplace worldwide. Endless robberies in UK, France, Miami, Springfield, Missouri, and in China. The Miami crew was even dubbed the Rolex robbers by the media. We have to put some of the blame on Rolex. The second-hand market would shrink and be very similar to the retail market if only they produced more watches, made them available at authorized dealers, and kept the prices the same. We are grateful. Yes, we will always love Rolex watches. But just like most things in the world, we really don't like everything about them, which has led to many watch enthusiasts not to buy another one for now. On a lighter note, this allows people to concentrate on numerous other brands. As we wrap up this video, we hope that you have gained a better understanding of the Rolex industry. We are looking forward to reading your thoughts, comments, and experiences in the comment section below. This is the luxury world, and we thank you for watching.